It's the end of the season, we've survived, we've stayed up, and we've finished quite high up the table than expected as well, I feel. And now it's just a time for the season review. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode with Bolton. It is just the season review, this one. The season awards. Josh and Emmanuel is the fans' player of the season. 42% Crawford, 27. Bossman, 19. Chickson gets a goal, and I think I remember this one. It was down the left hand side, and he absolutely leathered it, as it were. Played over to the far side, headed on by the defender. McGee plays it to Chickson with 1 foot, so who's injured at the time, and that is a screamer of a shot and of a goal. I don't think you'll find a better one. Goal of the season, possibly? I don't know. Bossman is a signing of season 3. Of course he is. And then young player of the season, Eddie Brown, 19 years old. And he'll have quite a lot of goals for that as well. We lost in the third round. So we did okay in that point. We finished 13th in the league overall, which is brilliant. We were knocked out in the northern section of leasing.com, which I'm assuming is the Johnson Trophy. Something or other. Match of the season was a 5-0 drubbing away at Lincoln, and then the moment to forget was losing 4-1 at home to Rochdale. Not the best. Average attendance 14,500, and that's good going as well. 39 players used though, but it's the highest in the league. It doesn't really matter because the majority of them were free. Expectations and club vision. So the board likes to discuss the club's long-term vision and outline the initial expectations. Okay. So we make the most of set pieces. I didn't really... they favour it, but not that important though. Work within the budget required. I don't think we managed it this season, but we will do next because we do get to lose a couple of players. So end of next season then, we want to finish in the top half. That is required, and then work towards being sustainable. We're doing that anyway. And the following season, they want to win promotion to the championship and get back. And that's where my contract is expire. So hopefully if we finish top half again, that gives us another contract, I'm hoping. Squad dynamics update. We did have a very, very poor dressing room atmosphere at one point, but we've managed to bring it all back. So their managerial support, very good. Dressing room atmosphere is even better as well. First leg of the playoff semi-finals. Doncaster 1-1 with Fleetwood, but Peterborough have taken a stonking lead over Ipswich away from home as well, 3-0. Eddie Brown breaks the goal scoring record. 18 goals this season is a new team record, so that's really impressive. And Crawford as well, 11 assists. Murphy sets a record for the most player of the match awards. He gets 4. That's not an awful lot, is it really? 4. But he does get that little bit of a record, and Bossman sets a new clean sheet record as well with 22. We'll have a look at the squad details in a moment. And as an added bonus as well, Brown does commit his future to the club. He signs a £2,800 a week, as well as being a starter for another 3 years. So that's an added bonus for us. And we have got a clause in there. So if anybody comes for him, £7.5 million, please. Thank you very much. Right, the second legs then on this the promotion playoffs. Doncaster are through to the final. They beat Fleetwood 2-0, 3-1 on aggregate, and Peterborough lose 2-0 at home. And then they nearly lost out there, but because of that 3-0 victory in the first leg, they scrape through only just. Right, just before we go on to the squad, we've been hit with a tax bill apparently. Baltimore have been announced that the club is facing a tax bill of around 60k over the upcoming financial year based on the financial records of the past. The estimate is based on the club's taxable profits over the past year being approximately 570,000. Really? Where did we get that from? Did we really make that much profit? I don't think we did we? Profit and loss this season, 820,000. Really? Did we really have that much profit? That's impressive if that's the case though. It has to be said. Projection, the projection is going down and down and down. But what's our debt? Pay 36 million still left to pay. Commercial summary though. Our sponsorship's up by, it's gone up. It's gone up to 557,000. Corporate hospitality is up as well. Broadcasts are up, and everything's going up, which is absolutely phenomenal stuff. 2-year deal with 275,000. Previous was 75. New sponsorship deals, 3 new deals, 350k per year. So if we look at finances again, can we see the sponsorships and other in here? We've got quite a bit of money coming in every year now. We've got another 115,000 for the Backers shirt, additional shirt sponsor for 2 years. Is that every year? I think that's per season, isn't it? So we're getting stadium. We get stadium stuff as well. Right, we got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, nearly £900,000 a year through sponsorships. Shirt merchandise for the season, 673,000 non-domestic, 67,000 this total. The club sold a total of 7,500 shirts with the following name: Verlinden, we're hanging on to him if we can, Crawford, Lowe, Murphy, which we are going to have to let go, and Brown. I'm quite surprised Brown hasn't had more, but well done. New scouting budget, it is now £63,000, and here's the next one though. Board set the initial budgets. Let's have a look, shall we? The board have set an initial budget of 59,000 for the wages and a transfer budget of nothing. They've reduced our budget yet again on wages, and no more, so we can't really bring it. We're going to have to rely on youngsters coming through yet again this season. We're not quite out the red yet, are we? That's unfortunate, but we knew what we were taking on when we took the job, and at least they're going to let me go on a coaching course as well, a pro license coaching course. Okay, that's not too bad at all. Right, let's just go on to our squad then before we sign off this season, really. Jason, Lowe and Bossman are topping the bill with 45 appearances each. Manuel's in there as well with 40. Crawford, Murphy played a considerable amount as well. Sonny Granger's made his debut right at the end, same with Colvin and Lockett as well. So these are the youngsters that we're going to bring through from the youth setup as well. Some of these players we are going to send back though. Raoul is probably one of them, and same with Feeney as well. Not many games though. Verlinden, he played so many games. Well, to be perfectly honest, he only played 11 games apparently. That's because he had 2 spells with us. So if we just look at the history, he had 2 spells with us in the same season. He'd played 34 games for us, 8 goals, 12 assists and 3 man of the matches. He played really well for us, and I do want to hang on to him. Seth Vanderberg, he did play 14 games. He played quite well as well. And McGee as well, he played 16 games. To be perfectly honest, I wasn't that too impressed with him, so we may have to let him go. Goals then, so there it is. Eddie Brown, 18 goals. I mean, that is absolutely phenomenal. He's still got a long way to go to hit his potential, but he's almost there. I mean, look at that. He's only 31 off apparently, or whatever that is, 31 points, whatever that conspires to be. 24 appearances, 18 goals. Shots on target ratio, 42%. That's good going though, to be fair. Dudu with 5. I'm not too impressed with him. I may be looking to let him go, or just he wants to commit his future to the club. I don't see it myself. He's quite expensive as well, £2,500. It might be somebody we're going to have to move along as well, unfortunately. Verlinden, he got 5 or 8 in total we know about. Crawford, he got 4. Politics. So some of these youngsters here, Sterling, Brown, Sterling, Darcy even got a couple, although he didn't play that many though, 10 games. Assists then, Crawford gets the top assist with 11, Luke Murphy with 4, then we've got Bunny, Brown, Buckley, McGee, Weir. It's not an awful lot though really. Crawford did get, did we say 11 or 12 assists in the end, because this was his second spell with us, wasn't it, this season. So he did get quite, so he would have beat Crawford to it though. Crawford, Verlinden. Only few players got 7s like Eddie Brown, Verlinden, Chickson and Emmanuel. If we have a look at our most expensive then, it is Murphy and it is Lowe. Murphy we are losing at the end of the season. Hobbs as well, another £3,000. So that's 10 grand really, 12 grand we are losing off the wage budget, hopefully, touch wood. Development Centre, Zuma, he's in the under-23, he's now considered leading national central defender, 7.2. That's not too bad at all. Doty needs more playing time, more match experience, so we are going to have to send some of these out on loan. Finances, like we showed, we are in debt. So final look at the tables then. So we have So Portsmouth and Oxford go up. Peterborough and Doncaster fight it, and I think that's at the end of May, which is the final. There it is, 30th of May. So we're not going to wait around for that. Eddie Brown gets on the third of the goal scoring or average rating. That's good. Assists 12 by Verlinden. He's top, and that's assists and assists. What's going on there? Let's have a look in the other divisions as well. Championship, Barnsley, Luton and QPR come down, so we'll be playing them three. But Stoke and Fulham go up. Birmingham and Leeds fight it out in the playoff there. Premiership, Villa, Southampton and Crystal Palace come down. But Man City win it from Tottenham, Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea. Man United drop off. They were in there somewhere and they miss out on European football. So I'm not sure whether in the Europa League or not, but they do miss out on the Champions League, that's for sure. League 2 then, who is going to be coming up there? Colchester, Bradford and Stevenage are coming up. Mansfield and Cheltenham battle it out for the playoff places. Also, one of them also can come up. And Macclesfield get relegated from the league football. We're going to leave it there. We're going to come back for the next season. We survived the first season. We've got a new contract, we've got some new players, got no money yet again. I think we'll do quite well. We're looking for top of the table finish this time. So 13th, we want top 10. And then we'll look pushing for promotion. If we can get into the playoffs this next season, that will be great. But money-wise, it is hindering us an awful lot. So if you enjoyed that, please pop a like on there. If you'd like to see more on YouTube channel, please subscribe. Click that notification button as well if you don't want to miss an episode. And just see how well we go with this story. It's Bolton Wanderers, the revival virtually, or the rebuild. So until next time then guys, thank you very much for watching. Thank you.